This is Art Television.
Coming up, State of Business, sponsored by
IWS Aviation.
අන්තර්ජාලය ෆයිබර් සමගින් බලකැන්වෙන තැන ඉස්සර වගේ නෙවෙයි දැන්. ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ප්‍රථම වේගවත්ම සහ පුළුල්ම ප්‍රීමියම් ෆයිබර් අන්තර්ජාලය SLT Mobitel Fiber. දේශීය ෆයිබර් බලවේගය.
A very good evening and a warm welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Shainali and let's have a look at the headlines first. Sri Lanka must invest in human capital development, World Bank says. Country's education must prioritize on skills, State Minister Premajayantha stresses. News in detail. World Bank reassured that commitment to support Sri Lanka's inclusive and resilient recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic, which badly affected on the country's economy. At the same time, World Bank also emphasized the importance of investing in human capital development. World Bank Vice President for South Asia, Hartwig Schaefer, this Tuesday concluded a 6-day visit to Sri Lanka, and his visit included meetings with President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa, Minister of Finance Basil Rajapaksa and other senior officials. During those meetings, he had discussed the government's priorities for Sri Lanka's recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic and key areas of World Bank support. Other than that, World Bank Vice President for South Asia also met with representatives of different political parties, senior project officials, the private sector and development partners. The World Bank, together with the government of Sri Lanka and other development partners, will work on addressing the health, education and social protection needs of Sri Lankans across every stage of life in an integrated and holistic manner. Schaefer also visited the UNESCO Cultural Heritage Site, Galle Fort, where the World Bank is helping to preserve the site through the Strategic Cities Development Project, which includes restoring and enhancing the site's heritage value while also ensuring safety and flood protection. Schaefer also observed efforts underway for food management and to improve the livability of the city of Colombo, supported by the Metro Colombo Urban Development Project. Schaefer wrapped up his visit with the signing of the $500 million Inclusive Connectivity and Development Project, which will provide safe, climate-resilient roads to connect agricultural supply chains in Sri Lanka. On the sidelines of this signing, a special event was held in partnership with the Ministry of Highways to launch the Sri Lanka Road Safety Report. Government last week announced its plans for the education reforms and technical assistance for the country's secondary education sector via a foreign-assisted program. State Minister of Education Reforms, Open Universities and Distance Learning Promotion, Dr. Susil Premajayantha said that the effort is have a system like in Finland, adjusting it to the country's traditions and resources. The Asian Development Bank has selected an international consortium to provide technical assistance for the program, and the consortium is led by the University of Helsinki with the University of Turku from Finland, the Korea Institute for Curriculum and Evaluation and the Korean Educational Development Institute. Director General of the National Institute of Education, Dr. Sunil Jayanta Navaratna, said that the new reforms will focus on those who fall out after not qualifying for university education. Secretary of the Education Reform State Ministry, Dr. Upali M. Sedra, spoke about the access to national schools to ensure equality to all students, and he pointed out that there is a sharp disparity in facilities between schools of all types.
Under this particular project, you will be here for some time, and time to time you will visit to Sri Lanka, and you will exchange your views with our educationists and assist us in improving, especially in the field of skills. And I am sure that we can't expect you to advise us to implement exactly what you are doing in Finland, because there are differences in culture and even the science. Here, of course, we have 25,000 square miles of the country, or 65,000 square kilometers. the population is 22 million, but in Finland, of course, less than 6 million, somewhere around 5.8 million population. So here you find 4.3 million students in the public schools. With private schools and international schools, you find 4.5 million student population. So we have 10,155 public schools and over 300 international schools and over 110 government assisted schools, and in the field of Piriven education, that is confined to the Buddhist monks and some students.
State Minister of Education Reforms, Open Universities and Distance Learning Promotion, Dr. Susil Premajayantha said that although Sri Lankans are rich in knowledge and attitudes, still there is a scope for improvement when it comes to skills. The State Minister told this at a media conference to announce about new education reforms and technical assistance for the Sri Lanka's secondary education sector improvement program.
In education, we talk about three main pillars. That is knowledge, skills and attitudes. We are very rich in knowledge. Even with the application of IT, then you find so many contents we have produced our educations. The attitudes also, we are very rich in attitudes, because here in our country, the Sinhalese, Tamils, Muslims and four religions we belong to. So they are living in harmony. Even in Colombo city, you find all these four communities. Even in school system, you find mixed schools. Sinhala, the media of instructions, basically in mother tongue, that is in Sinhala and in Tamil, and English medium also introduced in our school system from grade 6 in some international schools and in government assisted schools. They have all three medium instructions from grade 1 to end of senior secondary education in our country. So, but the issue is the skills. We are very rich in knowledge and attitudes, but we have to improve a lot in the field of skills.
Stay tuned for more news right after this commercial break.
අන්තර්ජාලය ෆයිබර් සමගින් බලකැන්වෙන තැන ඉස්සර වගේ නෙවෙයි දැන්. ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ප්‍රථම වේගවත්ම සහ පුළුල්ම ප්‍රීමියම් ෆයිබර් අන්තර්ජාලය SLT Mobitel Fiber. දේශීය ෆයිබර් බලවේගය.
Connect with SLT Rainbow Pages, your true local surge.
Welcome back after the break. Capital Alliance announced its intention to list on the Colombo Stock Exchange by way of equity initial public offering today. It will be the first standalone non-banking primary dealer to debut on the CSE. Established in 2000, Capital Alliance Limited is a full-service investment bank in Sri Lanka that caters to a diverse network of family businesses and institutional clientele. The expertise of the Capital Alliance Limited in capital markets is translated into the services offered to its clients, which include equity and debt advisory, stockbroking, fund management, private equity and securities research services. The listing on the Colombo Stock Exchange by the Capital Alliance will open on the 25th of November. A virtual forum which took place today aimed at creating awareness among potential investors prior to the IPO in order for them to have a thorough understanding about the company and its future growth strategies. Capital Alliance will be offering 41,177,236 ordinary shares for a 12.5% stake to the public, priced at 10 rupees per share. The IPO price per share offers a discount of 18.64% to an incoming investor compared to the 12 rupees and 29 cents per share derived by the independent valuer Ernst & Young Transaction Advisory Services. The company, mostly known as CALT, also offers an attractive dividend yield of 9.65%, which investors to hold the share for the longer term. The proceeds raised by the IPO will be utilized to bolster the core capital of the company, thereby allowing KOL to expand its investments into a range of specific financial instruments. Its sister company, Capital Alliance Partners Limited, is manager and financial advisor to the issue. CALT is one of the 5 non-bank primary dealers in the country, and it forms the securities trading ARM of the wider Capital Alliance Group, which deals in an array of government securities and corporate debt securities. A memorandum of understanding between the National Craft Council and the Sri Lanka Postal Department to sell handicrafts of local craftsmen online was signed this Tuesday at the Ministry of Mass Media. The new system plans to expand the market for the local craftsmen while earning foreign exchange for the country. This program expects to create an online digital platform to sell handcrafts that are made by local craftsmen to local and international markets. Sri Lanka Postal Department will deliver these handicrafts on the digital platform through its expedited mail service, which is currently operative in 67 destinations in 53 countries. Handicraft manufactured by the craftsmen who have registered with the National Craft Council and will be sold under the Lakshilpa brand name. Handicraft will be brought from 5 Lakshilpa emporiums that have already been set up under the National Crafts Council. The program will be launched on the 22nd of this month at the Water's Edge in Battaramulla. The MOU was signed under the patronage of Media Minister Dallas Alahaperuma and Postmaster General Ranjit Ariyaratne, and Chairman of the National Craft Council Sampath Arahapula participated with the officials from the relevant ministries and the departments.
ලෝකේ අස්සක් මුල්ලක් නෑර විසිරී සිටින තැපැල් පවුලේ සමාජිකයෙක් විදිහට ශ්‍රී ලංකා තැපැල් අවුරුදු 223ක ඉතිහාසයක් තියෙන සේවාවක් ඒත් එක්කම අවුරුදු 150ක ආසන්න අතීතයක් තියෙන දෙපාර්තමේන්තුවක් විධිමත් විදිහට ඉස්මතු වෙච්ච අපේ පනතට අවුරුදු 1908 තමයි තැපැල් ආඥා පනත සම්මත වෙන්නේ. එදා සිට මේ දක්වා අපේ කාලයට තාලයට ගැලපෙන විදිහ අපි ලොකු පරිවර්තනයකට ගියේ නැහැ. ඒ පරිවර්තනය ඇත්තටම දැනටමත් ප්‍රමාදයි. ඒ ප්‍රමාද වෙච්ච ප්‍රමාදයනුත් සැලකිල්ලට භාජනය කරලා ඉදිරි පිම්මක් තමයි. මොකද එහෙම නොවුනොත් එහෙම අපිට පැවැත්මක් නැහැ.
Batclo District Lanka Tamil Arsakachi parliamentarian Shanakyan Rasmanikam claimed that his parliamentary privileges are being violated even in parliament as well as outside. Speaking in Parliament this Tuesday, he told the Speaker that as the latest move, the Governor of Eastern Province has also taken some steps that violate his privileges as a lawmaker in Parliament.
I'd also like to bring to your attention that this is not the first time that the Honourable Governor has violated my privilege. She has issued statements against me to the newspaper in prior occasions also. And Honourable Speaker, I'd like to request you to inquire into this violation and take very stern action against the Governor, as I believe that you are committed to protecting privileges of all members of this Parliament as a Speaker. And Honourable Speaker, this is not the only time where my privileges have been violated in this House. As you are aware, during oral question time, I am being called names. At consultative committees, I am being called names. When I speak, I am being called names. So I'd like to, as the youngest member of Parliament in the opposition, I'd like to request you to take serious action to protect the traditions and quality of this House. Is this the example that I should take forward for future generations? Also, Honourable Speaker, regarding the Governor, this Governor has violated the constitution of this country by some appointments that she has made to the Municipality Council in Batclo. She is also disrespecting the judiciary. I am a petitioner in a case against some land grab in the east, in the Mahavali. And she is violating the judiciary, not violating, right. She is disrespecting the judiciary by some of her actions. So I really request you to take very stern action against this Governor, because she is not fit to be a Governor. Thank you.
Stay tuned for stock updates.
Connect with SLT Rainbow Pages, your true local search.
SLT Mobitel Home Broadband data balance එක බලා ගන්න, extra GB මිලදී ගන්න, දුරකථන දෝෂ වාර්තා කරන්න දැන් හරිම ලේසි. My SLT app එක භාවිතා කරන්න, නැත්නම් 0112121212 SLT Mobitel ස්වයංක්‍රීය සේවාවට පිවිසෙන්න.
Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a mixed note today. The All-Share Price Index gained by 163.77 points to close at 10,686.37, and the S&P SL20 dropped by 7.03 points to close at 3,625.37. The turnover was 6.8 billion rupees and over 347 million shares were traded. Up next are Forex rates. And that's all news for today. See you tomorrow with State of Business at the usual time. Until then, take care and good night.
State of Business was sponsored by
IWS Aviation.